Hello and welcome my friends to my YouTube channel, philippospan. Weekly tips and tricks on how to work with Microsoft Office applications. Today's video will be about Microsoft PowerPoint.
How to use the record button, now available in Microsoft PowerPoint. The procedure of recording our Microsoft PowerPoint presentation has just become more easier now with the new record button located at the upper right corner of the PowerPoint window. When we are ready, we just select the red record button, wait for the countdown, and start narrating. If we want to record from a specific slide, we just move to that slide and hit the record button. Once we open our PowerPoint presentation, in the top right corner of the ribbon is located the record button. All we need to do is to press the record button, and that is it. Once selected, we are transferred into record mode. In the record mode, at the top part of the screen we can edit. By selecting this command, we return to our presentation so we can continue editing. Timer. We can time the length of our presentation. Record button. Once pressed, the recording will start. Camera. We can turn the camera on or off. Microphone. We can turn the microphone on or off. More commands. We can select the microphone and the camera that we want to use. We can clear the recording and we can reset to cameo. Export. Once we select this command, we will be able to export our video. We can bring all the components of the presentation together for easy sharing and viewing. Exported video includes all recorded timings, narrations, ink, and laser point gestures. The video also preserves animations, transitions, and media. We then select a name for the file and the location for it. Then we can either select the command Export Video for the procedure to start, or the command Customize Export, where we will be transferred into Backstage View for more options. We notice that will be exported into MP4 format. At the bottom of the recording screen, we can move between slides with the left and right arrows. The number of the current slide that we are on is displayed from the total slides. We can use the laser pointer, the eraser, the pen, and the highlighter, and then select the color that we want. At the far right of the recording screen, we can select either to show background or blur background of our camera feed. Finally, we can select the views that we want, and which are teleprompter, which is the default one, then presenter view, and slide view. We can see the teleprompter view, where in the middle left area of the screen we can see the decrease and increase buttons, so we can change the size of the font. We can see the presenter view. We can see the slide view. In all the views, the environment of the recording screen changes accordingly. If we press the Escape button, we will return to our presentation where the Record tab will be activated, and which I have described in a previous video of mine, which you can find on my YouTube channel.
Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw in this video, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, head down to the comment section and let me know. Be wise and subscribe.